hit record.
There we go, I'm recording. So, hi, I am Allie Griffith. I'm just going to repeat my spiel in just a second. I am a new coach. So I've been a coach since mid-March. I have hit Success Club 10 consecutively every single month since I've been a coach. I've maxed out at about Success Club. I think 64 is my highest. I've done that all via Instagram, and I am a success starter. I am a one-star diamond and a team leader on the leadership ladder. That means I have built a team of successful coaches. And so, y'all, but that's not because I'm special or because I'm unique or because I've got something you don't. It's just because my superpower is consistency. I say that time and time again. I am consistent to the point where it's disgusting, that you know what you're going to get from me every single day, that I'm going to do my non-negotiables every single day, regardless of anything in my life that is happening. That is what I'm going to do. And it's not because that I want to, prove to someone anything. It's because this job, y'all, if you're on this call, you want this to be your job, is about being consistent. It's about doing the unsexy behaviors day in and day out until you get those results. Because, y'all, if you're just kind of sort of doing this, you're only going to kind of sort of get results. So you have to be consistent. So I'm a visual learner. I don't know about any of y'all. My whole team is pretty visual learners. So I do create PowerPoints. I swear I was like a teacher in a past life or something. And so I've got a PowerPoint for y'all. Let me just pin this and make it smaller. Okay. So this is all about what it takes to be a successful coach. It takes consistency, hustle, grit, and living unapologetically you. Y'all, you cannot have one of these without the other. You have to do all of these together, intermingling, to become a successful coach. You can't just hustle without consistently hustle. And you can't consistently hustle without grit, because y'all, it's exhausting sometimes, right? Sometimes we don't want to do it. Sometimes we just want to sit down and watch Netflix and binge our Grey's Anatomy or whatever the case may be. And then, y'all, the consistency, the hustle, and the grit does nothing if you are not being you. So they all have to be intermingled with each other. And if y'all have questions, put them in the chat and I will be happy to answer them. So this is one of my absolute favorite quotes ever. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. So basically, to be successful, you have to do the basic fundamentals, the things that you know you're supposed to do as a coach, meaning the vital behaviors, over and over and over and over again every single day until the end of time. That is what's going to make you successful. If you look at the successful coaches, they are doing their vitals just like it's their job, because it is. That means they're inviting, they're drinking their Shakeology, they're doing their workout, they're doing their personal development. And they're recognizing people every single day, because that is what we do as coaches. That is our basic fundamentals that we apply day in and day out to become successful. I gotta drink coffee at 9:13 at night because I'll fall asleep. Okay, so y'all, I put this here because our business journey is just like your fitness journey, right? You wake up one day and you you're all of a sudden 20 pounds, 10 pounds, 100 pounds lighter. No, you have to do your workout every single day. You have to do your nutrition 90% of the time. You have to make sacrifices. You have to be intentional with your fitness journey. So why would we expect anything else from our business journey, right? Our business and our fitness journey are together. They're in harmony because our business is fitness. So if we're 100% focused on our fitness, right? That means we should be 100% focused on our business as well, because they are married. Right now, our fitness and our business are married. If we're on our fitness, that means we're going to be on our business. But watch, if you let your fitness go, right? if you miss a few workouts, you eat like crap for a few days, guess what's going to happen? You're probably not going to be as proactive in your business. Your business is going to suffer. But when you're on top of your fitness game, if you're consistent as all get out and you're feeling the results, your business is going to take off, right? They're married. So why would we think our business is any different than our fitness journey, right? Do you have to show up? Do you show up every single day for your fitness? Do you drink your Shakeology every single day? If you don't, do it. Are you pressing play on your program every single day except your rest day? Are you being intentional with your meals? Okay, those are things you do now because you know there's things you're supposed to do. Now let's take it to our business. Are you sending the X amount of invites that you promised yourself that you were going to send every single day? Are you making that a non-negotiable like you make drinking your Shakeology a non-negotiable? Are you checking in with your challengers, or are you posting on Instagram like a non-negotiable, like your nutrition, and you're focused on your nutrition, right? They're married, y'all. We cannot focus on one without focusing on the other. It takes time, just like our fitness journey. We don't eat one salad and expect to be 100 pounds lighter, right? So why would we send one invite and expect to be an elite coach? It doesn't work like that. There is no such thing as overnight success. There is just hustle day in and day night behind that overnight success. I use one of my fellow coaches, Emily Favre. She's on our team. Everybody says she's an overnight success because she went from diamond to a 15-star team in like the span of 4 months. But nobody saw the 4 years of showing up every single day in and day out, doing those unsexy behaviors that made that overnight success possible. Y'all, there's no such thing as overnight success, just like there's no such thing as overnight results in your fitness journey. So just think, I've been a coach for 7 months, right? 7 months is not a long time. 7 months is not a long time to be consistent, or not a long time to get results. But y'all, I just want you to ask yourself then this: where could you be in 7 months? So if you see here on the left-hand side, March 2018, I have just over 3,500 followers. I was posting every single day at this point. This was my first screenshot on my Instagram story, so it wasn't like day one of coaching, but it was within the first month of coaching. This was October of 2018. I'm at 11.4 thousand followers. Y'all, that is just showing up every single day, doing the unsexy behaviors behind the scenes every single day. You see this Instagram and it's like, oh, she's got a lot of followers. That must mean she's going to be successful. Y'all, I still have to send invites. I have the swipe up feature. Do you know how many people swipe up? Not that many, enough to make me not be able to sit on my ass and do the work, right? Y'all, just because you have a lot of followers does not mean you have a lot of success. It just means you've got more eyes on your page. That means you have to do the work still. 3,600 to 11.4. And I think now, a month later, I'm at 12.1. So I've gained almost another 1,000 since I've done this PowerPoint. And guess why, y'all? Because I don't know what a brake pedal is. I am in a car with no brakes, and I am just praying for the best. That is what you need to be in. You need to be in a car with no brakes. You have got to show up every single day when it's inconvenient. You've got to do those unsexy behaviors. And by unsexy behaviors, I mean following people every single day. I mean sending invites every single day. I mean posting every single day. I mean commenting and liking and engaging with other people's stuff every single day. Do you guys see the habit here? I'm not saying Monday through Friday or Tuesday through Wednesday or Saturday and Sunday. I am saying every single day. So that means picking a number that is logical for you to do, that you know that you can fit into your schedule without overstressing yourself and just becoming unapologetically consistent with that number. I send 50 invites every single day for a boot camp and 20 invites every single day for coaching. Do you have to do it at a magnitude I do? No. But you need to set a number and make it a non-negotiable. If you say you're going to send 20 boot camp invites and it's midnight and you've only sent 10, you need to be that person that will not go to bed until you've sent those other 10 invites. Because I am. It is 9:20 at night right now, and I have only sent, I think I've sent 47 boot camp invites, and I think I've sent 10 coaching invites. I get up at 4:45 in the morning, but my ass isn't going to bed. Sorry, guys. My butt is not going to bed until I get those done. Because guys, guess what? That's consistency. So pick a number that works with you on how many people you're going to follow a day, how many people you're going to engage, how many invites you're going to do, and hold yourself to that. Because y'all, in this job, it's not Natasha's job to hold you accountable. It's not my job to hold you accountable. You are your own boss. This is your business. We're your mentors. We're here to cheer you on, give you information if you need it, and help you. But we're not here to babysit you. That's your job. We're adults. We're growing these businesses. That means if you say you're going to send 20 invites, it's not Natasha's job to check in with you and say, hey, girlfriend, have you sent your 20 invites? No. It's your job just to make sure it's done because you want this business to be successful. So y'all, is your superpower going to be consistency? That's basically what it comes down to. Here's another example. Where could you be in 7 months if you stay consistent? March of 2018, I had 44 likes on a sweaty selfie. Decent, because I see that as 44 opportunities to make connections. But October of 2018, I had almost 600 likes on a sweaty selfie. Guess what? That is a whole hell of a lot more of opportunity for me to get in people's inboxes. That doesn't just happen. Okay, I didn't just wake up one day and have a shit ton of followers and a shit ton of engagement. No, I engaged with people. I made sure my profile was seen on other people's pages. I did the unsexy behaviors. I need to get this on a t-shirt. Like, unsexy behaviors yield sexy results. Trademark that. It's going to be on a t-shirt. But like, y'all, that's what this business is about. So now, because I've been consistent over the last 7 months and made my business a non-negotiable, like my workouts, like my Shakeology, like my nutrition, I am getting non-negotiable results in my business because that's what happens. This business is all a numbers game, y'all. If we're consistent 365 days, it's all a percentage on how much that's going to be an ROI, a return of investment. That's it. Y'all, you have to think, if you are kind of sort of showing up, how are people supposed to trust and believe in you and want to join you? Again, here's a story option. I had 294 people in March of 2018 viewing my stories. Decent, 294 opportunities to make a connection. But now, October of 2018, I have almost 1,800 people viewing my stories every single day. Do you think those people are just viewing them all willy-nilly? No. They view my stories because they know they can expect stories from me every single day. Every single day. Because guess what, y'all? I am consistent. They know they're going to get some kind of motivation from me every single day. They're going to see my workouts every single day. They're going to get some shot of my coffee or something every single day. They're going to get morning motivation because they know my ass is going to be up at 4:45 to 6 a.m. and I'm going to be storing first thing I wake up. So they're going to get motivation to wake up in the morning. Y'all, I get people in my inbox if I did not wake up because they're like, hey girl, I haven't seen you. Are you alive? Because I'm consistent with it. And so they've come to expect to see my stories. And you know what, y'all? When you're consistent with your stories and they know what to expect and they love what you have to give them, the funny thing about the Instagram story algorithm is the more they love your stories, the closer up in the feed they're going to be. Y'all, our goal is to be one of those first, what is it, that show? The first 4. Because then they're not going to miss a beat. You have to think about your coach or someone that you admire, and you like are the type of person that when you are always up to date on their stories, and when they drop a new story, you will drop every single thing you're doing right there to watch what they have because you're excited to see it. That is what you want to be for other people. So you have to think, what do they provide me that makes me want to subconsciously drop every single thing and join them or watch them or whatever the case may be? What is it? It's probably because they're entertaining. It's probably because they have something you yearn, their consistency, or they're waking up early, or they are retired already, or something they have that you yearn for, that you enjoy seeing and living vicariously through them. So you've got to be that for other people. So many people follow us for that motivation. So we've got to be motivating every single day. It doesn't have to be some sappy motivational speech, but showing up in your workout every single day is motivating. Showing up and waking up and showing that you wake up early every single day, even though you've retired yourself or that you don't have to, is motivating. That means people are going to watch that every single day to get that. Do you know how many connections it makes? Like how many times somebody has to make a connection with you for them to buy from you? Around 55 connections until somebody buys from you. That's not 55 invites or 55 messages. That's them seeing you 55 times. That's them watching your stories or reading your post or you inviting them. A combination of all those things 55 times is when they're going to join you. If you're only posting once a week and you're only storing once a day, how in the Sam heck are you supposed to ever get to that number 55? How? You aren't, because they're not going to know what to see from you. And here's my biggest question. Would you trust someone who only shows up for you when it's convenient for them, right? So say Susan. Susan is like your BFF. You and Susan go way back. She's A1 from day one, right? Well, Susan, you know how Susan is when she gets a boyfriend. She basically drops everything and is all for him. Well, Susan gets this boyfriend. She's basically forgot about you for the last 3 months. And then out of the blue messages you and say, hey, Sally, do you want to go get Margs and have a day date? Are you opted to like want to join them or trust them? No, because Susan has shown you that she's only showing up for you when it's convenient because her boy toy is out of town or on a fishing trip or a hunting trip with her friends. No, you're not going to just drop everything to go hang out and have Margs with Susan just because it's convenient for her. So do you think people are going to want to trust you if you're only showing up when it's convenient for you? Like only when you're feeling amazing, or only when your nutrition is amazing, or only when you've actually stayed on the wagon with workouts, or only when you're feeling the leanest, or when you're feeling the most confident. Do you think if you show up only during those times, they're going to trust you? No, because if you can't show up for them when they're not paying any money, then why would they trust you with their money to show up with them for them? That's my thought process. If my coach only kind of sort of showed up on her social media, that means I would think she would even less than kind of sort of show up in my boot camp. I'm not paying money for somebody to kind of sort of show up for me. I would give my money to the person who shows up every single day and shows me the hustle and shows me just the grit and shows me that this journey's not pretty, but it's worth it. than the girl who only shows me her highlight reel and then disappears for 4 days because she's in a deep, dark depression or isn't dealing with anxiety, but it's not talking about it. She decides to hide. Who would you trust? So here's my tip number one for showing up all the time, not just when it's convenient for you. Make a conscious decision to remain consistent. Y'all, that is what this is. Consistency is all a decision. It's a decision to stay aware. It's a decision to be aware of everything around you. So when, like today, I did not story for like 4 hours. I was conscious of that. And so I came on the second that I got a chance to, and I was like, hey girls, like I've been gone all day, like I know, and explaining what I was doing. Because I wasn't being consistent then. Consistency is just a conscious decision. That's it. It's nothing more special than just making that a decision in your mind to say, okay, I know I'm not being consistent right now. I'm aware of that, so I've got to do something to change it. It's always being aware. Tip number 2 is revise your concept of time. We all are busy. I am busy. You are busy. Natasha is busy. Like all of us are busy. I don't ever let my girls use that excuse because we're all busy. We all have obligations. Y'all, I work a part-time job during this season right now for a holiday job. I do this full-time. I am a mom full-time to a 3-year-old who is not the nicest and most cooperative. I am a wife to a pretty needy 29-year-old baby. And on top of all that, I am trying to maintain some kind of social life. Busy is an understatement. But guess what, y'all? We all have the same 24 hours in the day. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. So what makes the person who's successful and the person who's not successful different? The one that is successful is making time, is holding their time like in their hands and not letting their time control them. They're controlling their time and not letting their time control them. So guess what? I ain't a morning person. I don't wake up in the morning. I hate waking up in the morning. When I'm rolling out of bed at 4:40 in the morning, I do not talk to anyone until I have coffee. At least 3 drinks in. I don't talk on social media or anything. But do I do it? Yes, because I know I'm busy. Because I know my toddler isn't going to let me work as much as I need to. So guess what? I wake up 3 hours before anybody wakes up to work out, to get all that stuff done. Then I wake my toddler up. Do you think I could not do that? Yeah. And then I could not be successful. Y'all, success takes sacrifice. Consistency is all about sacrifice. It's all about sacrificing your Grey's Anatomy or sacrificing social time for the time being until you have control of your time and not letting your time control you. So maybe you have to stay up late and wake up early. Y'all, tonight I will probably be up till almost midnight. And I will be up at 5 a.m. 5 hours of sleep. And it's pretty much what I strive on nowadays. But that's what success is. Sometimes success and sometimes being an entrepreneur means that you run on 5 hours of sleep. Sometimes being an entrepreneur means that you have to stay up late because you have a team call at 9 o'clock and you still have invites to make. But then you still made making up early non-negotiable because you know that's going to set your day up for success. It's all about sacrifices. So what are you willing to sacrifice short-term for long-term gain? Tip number 3, have a plan and know your objective. Y'all, we all talk about having a vision, knowing what your why. That is the exact same thing as having a plan. You need to know where you want to go. Like you need to know and visualize it, and you can see it, taste it, smell it, feel it, all your senses. So then when you know what your objective is, you know where you want to go, you can create a plan. Because y'all, there's nowhere you're going to get without a plan. It's just kind of like trying to go to this on this vacation, right? You're going on a vacation and you've got 3 kids. You can't just pick up and go because then it's going to be a shit show. You've got to have a plan, know your objective, so know where you're going, how to pack for it so you can be successful on that trip. Same thing with having a baby. You can't just get pregnant, expect not to plan for the baby, and in 9 months just be golden. No, you have to plan for that big thing. So that's the same thing with your business. If your goal is diamond, you need to make concrete plans on how you're going to achieve that goal. Diamond is your objective. What is your plan to get there? If you have not established a plan, you're not going to get there. So you need to get super concrete and visualize. All your senses are tingling to know how you're going to get to that objective. Tip number 4 is have a system. Y'all, I'm going to repeat this again. Have a system. I don't care what your system is. Your system can be completely different than my system, but that system is going to let you know what to do. Again, it goes back to us all being busy. We all are so busy that we sometimes let stuff fall through the cracks. But if you have a system, you, one, are going to be a lot more proactive with your time. Again, you controlling your time, not your time controlling you. You're going to be a lot more intentional. That means you are going to be getting work done, not just scrolling, not just liking people's photos for the hell of it, not going to your coach's page and reading all that she has to do. You have a system, so you know what you need to do at what time, and you're doing that, not the other way around. How many of y'all will say you're working an hour later, have no idea what you did, right? Can I get a show of hands? Because that was completely me. I did not have a system my first 3 months of my business. 3 months. I didn't have a system. I didn't have a plan. I was just kind of YOLOing it. Somehow I became a diamond by YOLOing it. But then, guess what? Everything started blowing up. It started slowing down. I started letting things fall through the cracks. And then I had one person who I sent a message to because I let fall through the cracks. And they signed up with another person. That coach, I still keep in contact with. And she is shooting for 1 star. The person I let fall through the cracks. I'm so happy for the person who got her, but that could have been me, right? I could have been her mentor. We could have been successful together, but I did not have a system, thus letting people fall through the cracks. Y'all, there's nothing that makes you want to have a system more than having something like that happen to you. I don't want that for you. So find a system. Me, I use Google Streak. Love it so much. But I also use the paper and pen method. So I write 1 through 70. If I write their username or their hashtag or whatever it's called, username, I don't know what it's called. Write that down. If they respond back and they're just supporting me, I highlight it pink. If they respond back and they're interested in my boot camp, I highlight it blue. If they're interested, I put them in streak. Y'all, systems. Maybe you just want to do the highlighter method. One of my really good coaches, Charmaine, she's finally found a system that works for her. It's completely different than my system. But guess what? As long as it works for you, that's all it needs to work for. Because guess what, y'all? We are in the business of duplication. So if we have a functioning system, it's easier for our team to duplicate. Number 5, alarms. I'm telling you, all the freaking alarms. I have an alarm for everything. And I tell you everything. I have an alarm for when I need to wake up. I have an alarm for when I need to get my child up. I have an alarm for when I need to work out. I have an alarm for when I've sent invites. So I have a set of 5 alarms, 5 15-minute alarms. I stop, drop an invite. When those 5 alarms go off, because guess what? Send 10 invites and those 5 alarms, that's 50 invites. So much easier than having to sit down and send 50 right there with the kid yelling or husband asking for dinner, right? 5 alarms, stop, drop, invite. I have an alarm for when I need to check in with my challengers. I have an alarm for when I need to post in my team page. Like, I have alarms for everything. So figure out what you need to remember and set alarms for it. And when those alarms go off, if you're like completely swamped, snooze it, but never dismiss those alarms. Snooze until you get to it. But if you're not busy, you better stop what you're doing right there and send those invites or check in with your challengers or whatever the case may be. Because y'all, that's going to make you intentional with your time. Again, you controlling your time, not your time controlling you. Y'all, we're big kids. We all have the same 24 hours. It's all about being resourceful. All right. Again, you can do all of that stuff. You can show up on social media. You can post like a boss. You can hustle like nobody's business. You can have grit, and you can be showing up when it's good, bad, ugly. But if you are not being you, if you are not living unapologetically yourself, guess what? Ain't shit gonna happen for your business. Excuse my French, but ain't nothing gonna happen for your business. I see so many coaches, and this is like my biggest pet peeve. If I go to a coach's page and guess what I see? Them like this. Just finished day 6 of Live 4. Oh my God, it was such an amazing workout. Just finished 21 Day Fix. I feel so great. I love these programs. Just finished my workout. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to wake up in the morning and work out every single day. All I see is them happy about working out. All I see is them showing a sweaty selfie. Do you know what that tells me? They're not relatable. If I was the person looking out and all I saw was that, I wouldn't join them. You know why? Because I don't always want to work out. I don't always look that happy after my workouts. My life is a lot more than just sweaty selfies and beach body. Why would we want to join somebody that only shows that? Think about what your coach does or another successful coach that you see. Do they just show sweaty selfies? Hell no. So why do you think that's what you need to do? Y'all, people will resonate with you if you show up authentically you. That means, yeah, show those sweaty selfies of the days you're excited to work out. But guess what? Show those sweaty selfies of the days that you couldn't give 2 Fs to work out. That you had to take 2 shots of mama crack or unicorn blood or whatever the hell you call it just to get it done. Or you had to crank the music up to 100 or whatever the highest number is just to get it done. Talk about that. Talk about how you are suffering from depression or anxiety. I suffer from severe depression. That makes me relatable. But guess what, y'all? For every problem I have, I also provide them a solution. So if you suffer from severe depression, which I do, I talk about how I go on walks. I do my workouts. I listen to my PD. Guess what, y'all? That turns a problem that is relatable to a ton of people, my people, into a solution that I have and they're going to want because they think it might be their solution. Think about workouts, talking about how exhausted you are, talking about how you don't want to do this workout, but you shoot back your energize, and then all of a sudden, like you feel it, you're ready to do this. Guess what, y'all? That's a problem a lot of people have, and you have the solution. They're going to want to come to you for that solution. That's what we are as coaches, y'all. We're problem solvers. We show everybody that we have the exact same problems and struggles as they do in the world by showing up consistently when it's inconvenient AF for us. But we're also showing them that to those problems, we have solutions. So we are showing them that our solutions can be their solutions too. Guess what, y'all? You showing up unapologetically, you just there, you showing up when it was inconvenient, you being vulnerable, just helped you save somebody's life potentially. It just had them buy into the challenge pack. It just had them buy into you because they believe that you believe in them and you can help them. That's all we are, y'all. We joined our coach because we saw something in her that we didn't have. She was already confident that she started where we were. She showed that, and she is where we want to be. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but you're a hell of a lot closer than the people who haven't joined you yet. Own it. But y'all, if you are not being you, right? It's amazing that we look up to our coaches. But no, your people will resonate with you, not the person you are trying to portray. Our coaches are amazing. But guess what? That's it. They're our mentors. They're our coaches. They are not there for us to stimulate them, not stimulate, imitate, whatever the word is. They're not there for us to be them. We've got to be ourselves. Do you think if we're copy and pasting what our coach says or what other coaches say is going to resonate to people? No. It might, but it's not going to be our people. And guess what? You're going to have to force those relationships. And no one wants to force a relationship. Y'all, we are taught in society from grade school on to be anything that we're not. Think about corporate and your corporate job. Maybe you're the loud, like me. I am loud. I'm obnoxious. I cuss like a sailor. I am super bubbly. I talk a lot. But in corporate, they always told me, Allie, don't talk so much. Let's not curse, right? Okay, so don't talk this much. Let the client talk, right? They're always trying to turn you into something you're not. Beachbody wants you to be you. This is the only job out there that I know of that they want us to be us. If you cuss like a sailor, guess what, homegirl? Throw F-bombs like it's your job. If you talk a lot, own it. If you're loud, again, own it. Add a microphone to your story and own it till the day you die. Because guess what, y'all? Your tribe are going to resonate with that. And when they join you, y'all, it's going to be magic. You're not going to have to force anything. But if you are trying to act like someone you're not, it's going to be exhausting. Because if you think those friends you made in corporate America, when you're acting like this person you're not, how difficult are those friendships to keep? Hard, right? Because you don't have much in common and you're always trying to be this person that they think you are and they're that person or whatever. But if you're you, guess what? You're just going to attract the other yous of the world. And those friendships and those relationships and those coach and client bonds, unlike anything else, because you're not going to have to work at it. It's the only thing that we don't have to work at, y'all. Homework, because I told y'all I swore I was a teacher in a second life. I always give homework. And so this homework is number 1, get uncomfortable. Y'all, I cannot tell you this enough. Get unfreaking comfortable. I remember the first post I ever made, and I'm talking about uncomfortable to the point where you are going to throw up if you have to hit that post button, right? I remember this first post that I made. I took these pictures. I was so vulnerable in the pictures, and I constructed this whole post. It made me cry when I was doing it. And I called my friend Brittany. And I told Brittany, I was like, I read it to her and I sent it to her. I was like, I can't post this. I was like, I'm literally going to upchuck if I post this. And then I called my friend Taylor and I was like, I can't do this. I literally can't. I was like, I'm crying. I can't do this. Y'all, guess what? I went to delete it. Somehow I accidentally hit post. I think I hit cancel. I was going to hit, I don't remember. Y'all, do you know how much of me wanted to go in and delete that? But after I hit post, I already had 3 likes. And I thought that's already 3 people in the realm of 30 seconds that liked this post that made me want to throw up. And I thought, maybe it's not as scary anymore. And so I let it be there. That was my first post that back in July got almost 800. This is the post, y'all. That is not flattering. I am talking about how I'm the same girl. I'm talking about how I have rolls, my stomach hangs, I have overlapping, I have stretch marks that go to my belly button. When I sit down, my stomach overlaps and just sits there. Do you know how hard that is to talk about? But I did it, and that made me want to throw up. So you guys, in those posts are what's going to change people's lives. So I want you, and this is not a homework that you can just get off this call and do right away. This is something that's going to take time. But you'll know when it's the right post. I will never forget that post, ever. You'll know when it's the right post. It's because it's going to make you want to run and hide in a closet, or it's going to make you want to throw up, or you're going to have your husband post it because you can't. that's going to be the right post. And that's what's going to change your business. Number 2, show up 2 times a day, every day. This isn't like a one and done thing. This is kind of forever post. We've got to show up every single day. I've shown up through death. I've shown up when my father-in-law had a heart attack. I've shown up when I'm depressed. I've shown up when my life felt like it was crumbling. But guess what, y'all? I showed up authentic to that moment. They know they can expect consistency. And so that's what they've got to expect from you. And number 3, get on IG stories and talk to the other yous of the world. Talk to them. It's great to give value and advice. So say something that would have impacted you before you joined Beachbody. Speak to the person that you were before Beachbody. Speak to the one thing that would have changed your whole life if you had heard it. And that is what's going to help you find the other people of use of the world. I do this all the time. I talk to the other depressed mamas of the world. I talk to the other yo-yo dieters. I talk to the other binge eaters every single day in some sort. Because I want them to know that if I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's what we're doing, y'all. All we do is give hope. We show them where we were or where we are, and we're showing them how we're getting to be better. And guess what, y'all? Even if you're not where you want to be, again, you're a whole hell of a lot closer than anyone who hasn't joined Beachbody yet. You've got to believe Beachbody is the only solution. You've got to bleed blue. Because if you don't, then unfortunately, you're probably just going to be one of our next coach cancellations. And if you bleed blue, showing up consistent, showing up authentically you, and showing how Beachbody has changed your life is going to become second nature. It's inevitable. So once you do these homeworks, tag your upline into them. So the post, tag your upline. Let us show love to you. The show up 2 times every day. Don't tag them every day because that's going to be annoying. But just, you're your own boss. Make that a non-negotiable for yourself. And get on IG stories and talk to the youth of the world. You can tag your upline in that so they can show you love as well. Do these because this is what's going to change your business. Okay, let me stop my share and see if we have any comments. And it doesn't look like we have anything. I just see 2. If anyone has any questions or emotional outbursts, I'm good. I'll just mute myself if no one else. I'm done if no one else has questions.
Thank you, Allie. I was on my phone because my video is obviously not working. And my phone died. Story of my life. So anyway, but thank you so much. That was awesome. I preach consistency to my team all the time, and not in that way though. So, and obviously we can all hear how important consistency is in this business. Like every single day, it's not a bad thing to hear over and over. So I love that. I love your story. And just thank you so much for being willing to share it with us. That's awesome. So does anybody have, I don't know if anyone from my team, I feel like tonight, everyone's like, this is going on. This is going on. It's like, I don't think it's a full moon. I don't know. But anyway, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. And if not, thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll have to figure out a time that I can reciprocate the favor and